Welcome everybody to tonight's live stream of the Madden 22 Raiders Fantasy Draft Franchise. It's episode 2. We're going to play 2 games tonight. If you're watching this after it is live, you can scroll down below and find the start to whichever game you would like to watch. We're taking on the Steelers first, and then have a matchup against the Miami Dolphins after our 1-0 successful opening in the previous episode. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Episode 2 is here. Just continuing this fun little fantasy draft franchise. Should be a good time. I really enjoyed the game in week 1. And I'd love to see, like, this all-pro default style be more usable than it's been in the past. And if it is, it may open up what I'm able to do with certain things I'm interested in this season. So, welcome everybody, letting the stream fill up here. We'll take care of our weekly strategy, our game planning, and then getting into the actual game. Greetings from Germany. Glad you could make it despite a later stream. We went over the teams we're going to be facing today. But from what I've seen, the teams haven't done a great job of team building. The Steelers, I think, have one of the better teams because they did get Matt Ryan, Chris Carson at running back, DeAndre Hopkins, Chase Claypool, nice big play receiver to have as well. Jedrick Wills, Gabe Jackson, David DeCastro. It seems that teams in these fantasy drafts, they're just kind of getting a little bit of everything and don't really have an identity with their team. So we'll see how challenging these games end up being. And if they end up being too easy, then we'll end up going to all Madden. But I just want to have some fun here in this franchise. Why'd they draft 4 quarterbacks and 2 punters? I don't know. Oh, Jamila. No, you took a right turn. I just got a new bug today where my franchise save just stopped working. It's not corrupted because it's showing up, but I can't get into it. Please save twice so it doesn't happen. Oh, man. I do have backup files. Typically, I only have 1 right now in the fantasy. Let me create my fantasy backups file. That's a good call. What console are you on? And are you online or offline, by the way? I can't spell. Yeah, this is the time of year, Jamila, where you're supposed to already be at 14 million coins. Thank you, Parker, for the $2 super chat. What do I think of the Vikes this year? Man, I'm really torn because I do think the team is better. The roster is better. But they've played really poorly in the preseason. They don't have a very deep roster. And I still don't know about the offensive line situation. Stuff I've been reading about training camp says that Cousins hasn't looked very sharp since he came back. So, I don't know. I'm really torn on the team right now. I think they're a middle-of-the-road team in general, but have a roster that you think can compete for the playoffs. We'll see. L1 work on defense this year? Huge fan, by the way. No, David, does not. It'll end up doing something weird. Just play in the trenches. I don't know why they had to change that. I understand for all Madden, maybe take it away. But why all pro? I don't want to play defense against the CPU. I want the plays to just do the plays. PS4 offline. Okay. All right, thank you. That was almost a full-time job. I mean, not going to get to all the coins that you were getting in the first couple of weeks without the grind, that's for sure. I read a little bit about what San Francisco is doing with Jimmy and Trey Lance. I haven't watched a ton of football today. I'm going to catch these all condensed. Like, I've been too busy to watch full preseason games. I'll just catch them in condensed form. It'll be way easier. The roster looks good on paper. It does. I think especially the defense looks solid on paper. Playmakers on offense look solid, but the O-line, you know, Darisaw hasn't practiced. He ain't going to be starting week 1. So I'm nervous. I can't be confident going into a Vikings season, man. Yeah, and Irv Smith's hurt too. Like, that came out of nowhere. Alright, so let's do our weekly strategy here. We know we're up against Matt Ryan, DeAndre Hopkins, Chase Claypool. I'm thinking here I want to defend the deep pass. Take away the big play from them. And then for my offensive game plan, well, I mean, we all have, we have Derrick Henry on this team. Blitz counter, ooh. You know what? Because it's the Steelers defense, that makes a lot of sense. My goal for this week is going to be... yeah, I want the interception. That's a fine goal. Yeah, the practice squad videos have been really fun. If you haven't watched today's after the stream, I highly recommend having a little double header here and watching this stream and then going to that. Getting ready for year 3 in that series, and it's getting pretty interesting, honestly. Any injuries for this one? Looks like we're clean through week 2. I'm not really considering Minnesota. I think that they are a pretty good rebuild team overall, but they're not a team I'm considering. All Madden is legit a challenge this year. I may check it out. I just don't like All Madden because it throws off so much of the gameplay balance and the way they achieve it. They're literally making, like, boosting ratings for the CPU, including stuff like speed. And it's just not what I'm looking for. Nice upgrade there for Fitz. How do you get next-gen stats on the player card? Well, I want to say that's a next-gen only feature. But, yeah, if we go to, like, Derrick Henry, it'll have next-gen stats. Apparently no 10-plus yard runs. I know we had some. It's not tracking everything successfully. So they have some really cool things here that could help you out, but they're not tracking accurately for whatever reason. Maybe it's different for each player in each position. Like the air yards for Djax, who had a huge game in the previous video. I wish that stuff was working. Now, before I forget, one of these stories going into this week 2 game. So we won our first game, put up 42 points, but Robert Woods did suffer an injury, broken ribs. He's going to miss 2 weeks. Now, Deshaun Jackson had a huge game for us, so he's stepping into his role. And let's dive on in. Donald, I am a Vikings fan. Maybe we go classic uniforms for this one. We got 2 classic franchises. We'll go with that one for them. And what do we got for Raiders classics? AFL anniversary away. Yep, that works. Hey, Kane is all-pro challenging this year. I've always just went with all Madden because I felt it was exploiting the AI. From what I've seen and what I've played so far, Landon, which I need to get more play, but it looks a lot more difficult. Tighter passing windows, better run defense. There are still some things that I don't think are right. Like, pass rushing does feel a bit weak. And coverage, I mean, zone coverage is lacking. And not just the coverage part of it, but the way defenders are playing the football and not putting themselves in good positions. Going for interceptions when they're behind the receiver rather than make a play. But as far as the difficulty goes, All-Pro feels about as good as it's ever felt to me. I don't have a second favorite team. Whoever I have in fantasy. Whoever winning can lead to the most personal gain for me. I don't know what team I'm going to use yet when the scouting is out. I'm still thinking about that and waiting to see when that's going to be coming. Day's going pretty good, JC. How about you? Trying to get George Ingram that second win. I was talking about this on the member stream earlier today, but with some of the bugs in this game and what needs to be addressed, I'm really hoping they don't have to delay the scouting update. Because there are a lot of crashing issues. There's an issue on the Xbox Series X that's turning off people's consoles. And there's, you know, games, people are playing them through and then they're being recorded as losses, even though they won. Just really weird stuff that has to get fixed. And I hope doesn't push scouting back. All right, everybody. Game 2 is underway against the Steelers. It's Fitzmagic, and we hand it off. And right away here, it's going to be a Derrick Henry big pickup of 19 or 18, they'll call it. Got Jamal Adams on this defense. Levante David. Definitely some good playmakers. Oh, man. We'll see how much more difficult passing is today, not having Robert Woods. He's always reliable, good route runner, good hands. New place looks great. Thank you, Juan. Yes, I'm really liking the new setup a lot. I'm still trying to figure out a few more things for it, but already I find it to be a massive improvement. We got a 3rd down and 4 now. Oh yeah, I want to make sure all the music's off here. Oh, I did that already. Good. I plan on streaming 2 games. So, however long that takes. And we'll head to the air with it here. I see him open. Odell! No! I thought he had Conley beat. I wasn't even sure this was going to be contested. I had Odell hot routed to the streak, like right here. You got to let it fly for Odell, right? Now, it's a little underthrown. He doesn't make the catch in stride. He has to leap a bit. Maybe that's what cost us there. Got Johnny Hecker, so the meter moves super slow. Well, that's perfect. There are a lot of great teams to use in franchise, depending on what you're looking for. If you let me know a couple things that you are wanting in a team, I can give you a recommendation. What you want for a challenge or what kind of team you want to start out. It's interesting playing a lot more man coverage. It is better, but it's just not normally my style. All right, they're going to run it to the right side here. We're in the backfield. That's trouble. Chris Carson lost a 3. Yep, it's week 2. Hi, Kane. Thanks for the amazing content over the years. You have motivated me to start YouTube myself, so thank you for everything you do. Appreciate the super chat there, Lar. Thank you for the 20. Thank you very much. We're playing default All-Pro. Like I said in the last stream, I was watching Mills stream over on Twitch, and his games looked really fun. And I wanted to try it out for myself and just have something nice and simple to stream. Ryan steps up here. He's going to run with it, but he can't get to the first down. Just a little extra punting room here. Patterson. Ooh, that's a nice juke here. We're going to try. Oh, man, that's a little too much start and stop there. I'm looking for a team with an older quarterback that I can look to get rid of to bring in my own. Well, when you say that, the first team that comes to mind is Atlanta. I don't think that team is in win-now shape. I think their defense needs a ton of work. Ryan's getting older. You can trade him and have a nice start to the rebuild right there. I know. We knew what we were getting into drafting MVS. That's going to happen from time to time. First time here in the series. And it's Henry on second down, getting us 5. Winston for QB1 in fantasy, very underrated. Risky, I will say that, because I still expect them to use Taysom a lot in the red zone. The receiving situation isn't great. Depends how many teams are in your league. There we go. He's open! There's the first completion now. It's Odell inside the 25. Yeah, Roger, if I don't want to keep playing on All-Pro, I'm going to give All Madden a shot, but the All-Pro gameplays looked fun, and I haven't played a ton of it. Obviously, when the game was brand new, I was, but with the recent updates, it looks like it's better than that early access gameplay. I know, I saw that earlier. J.K. Dobbins torn ACL. Hate to see that. Was looking forward to seeing him kind of have that backfield more so this year. They don't have Mark Ingram anymore, so kind of seems like Gus Edwards' backfield all of a sudden. Corner. He's got it. Maybe. No. Wait a minute. Did I throw that with Raheem Mostert? I forgot this was this formation. That was a pretty good throw. I'm going to call a timeout. I don't want it here on second down. We might be giving MVS another chance on this one. Second down. We're going to MVS, and it's off the mark from Fitz. He had him too. So I've talked about this a lot, David. I don't know yet if a traditional franchise is coming to the channel, but I'm not thinking so this year. There are other things I want to work on. And with a lot of the bugs in the game, I'm also not sure, even if I wanted to, if it's a great time. It depends how quickly they address the issues and where the gameplay is at overall. Like, I don't really want to spend a bunch of time worrying about sliders and everything. I've done that so many times. So I might work on some other stuff this year and dedicate more time to MLB instead of doing a franchise like the Broncos. We'll see. But as of right now, I'm not thinking so. Well, ETN's done for the year now, so that's going to be James Robinson's backfield again. Kind of unexpectedly. Oh boy. We got steamrolled on that play, and it's a nice run for Chris Carson. Oh man, there's so many teams I'm excited to see play. I mean, if any of these rookies other than Lawrence and Wilson are starting, definitely those teams are intriguing. The Patriots, I think their offense is going to be really different this year. Nice catch. I mean, they make the big moves. They'll get the 2 tight ends. They get healthier on defense. Hopefully Cam is better this year, but we'll see. I'm really intrigued by New England, especially too, like, because that's kind of become Buffalo's division now in the last year, and they look really good. But I do think the Patriots are going to have a resurgence of some sort. It's just a matter of how much. Not sure if you've been asked yet, but what are your thoughts on the Patriots quarterback situation? I'm Team Mac, but I'm skeptical on whether or not he gets the start. Love the content as always. I talked about this a little bit in my member stream earlier, but for me, I think it's going to be an offense that runs a lot and passes a lot through the tight ends. And I think for that main reason, Cam is the best fit, unless the passing has just regressed to the point where it's just going to cause problems. Because the threat of Cam running is still going to be very valuable, I think, to them, and he's got a lot more to work with now in the passing game. I would start it with Cam, and if it doesn't work out, then go to Mac. Now, I haven't been watching the preseason. I've only watched a couple preseason games because I've been working on the move, and I didn't even have internet to watch most of those games. So, as I catch up on some stuff, I know we have like a week now. The first game is the 9th. We get over a week to digest the preseason and kind of get ready for the new year. So, I'll have a chance to go back through some games in condensed fashion. And maybe I'll have some new opinions after that. This is 2nd and 7 now, and Ryan got it there. I'm a big fan of the WWE Kane Universe idea. We'll see, Eli. I haven't played those games in a really, really long time, but gotta admit it sounds intriguing to have like all the big names there, and watching like pay-per-views of them having all kinds of matches would be hilarious, I think. I ain't gonna rule it out, that's for sure. 2nd down for Ryan. We got some pressure. You're not going to run away from Chase Young. Come on, Matt. When does Trey Lance take over in San Francisco? I gotta think by late in the year. Now, they might debut this kind of split situation, kind of like Breeze and Taysom. I gotta think they're going to involve Lance if they're, you know, experimenting with this in the preseason. And it would add an element to the offense they just can't have with Jimmy. But that can help him kind of grow into being an NFL starter. And maybe by the playoff run, it's kind of his show, especially if he does well on that limited role. The better he does in whatever role, the more the role is going to grow. I got to think it's this year, late in the year. Dark horse for offensive rookie of the year? Well, it was Travis Etienne. Because I saw a universe where he got like 1,300 yards from scrimmage and like 8 touchdowns and a bunch of big plays. And just a lot of national attention. But now he's done for the year. So, do I just pivot then to like Javonte Williams? Because I think he could take over Denver's backfield. Oh, I probably still could have gotten him on the outside there, but was worried about being undercut. Appreciate it, RG. Things are going pretty well. 3 apiece here through 1. It's Henry. Derrick Henry is so good in this game. That time, though, he just fell over. Starting with a little play fake now. Kind of ran into a bad spot there. That is not where I wanted him to be when that ball was thrown. I will be doing something like the Texans franchise, yes. Like, those rebuild franchises have consistently worked well for me. And that's another miss for Fitz. Oh, he's 1 for 7. We've had a drop. We've had a couple inaccurate throws. Man, just can't get a rhythm to start. Kind of like the previous game where I started super slow and then had like 4 straight touchdowns. We'll see if we can do that again. Nice. That's good. That's almost perfect. No. My favorite defensive rookie this year? I'm really excited to see Patrick Surtain. I thought he was a lot of fun to watch in college, and I like the big physical corners. Excited to see him. Excited to see like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah was one of my favorite defensive prospects, and he went to a pretty good team in Cleveland, which is weird to say after all these years, of the opposite being true. I want to see Trayvon Merrig with the Raiders. That team is desperate for a boost on defense. And I think he's got some promise, but it's tough for a safety when the team in front of you isn't very good. Comeback player of the year? You got a million options this year. Oh, man. I'm going to go Odell. I think people are sleeping on Odell heavier than they should. I feel like everybody's kind of off Odell, old news, got hurt, hasn't had a huge role or a huge season in Cleveland. Maybe it doesn't happen, but I'll go Odell to be a little different there. Man, I want to call cover 3. I'm telling you. How about cover 6? Does this work this year right now? This is 3rd and 10 now. Coverage looks pretty good. Aired out. Hopkins singled up. Oh, no! He got to it. I thought it was overthrown. DeAndre Hopkins, 70 air yards from Matt Ryan. Wow. Run defense has been on point. He's already carried 10 times? Seriously? I could see it being Dak, though. I think, like, if Dak's healthy, that's going to be a pretty difficult offense to stop again. This is 3rd and goal now. Ryan just throws it away. First incompletion. What's the GOAT potato chip? I like the potato chips that have like the waves in them, like the ridges. That sounds pretty good. I think I have some. Do I remember Brian Greasy and Drew Henson? I do. I sure do. I haven't gotten to see the Lawrence stuff yet. I guess he was really good today. I didn't realize that game was on, so I turned it on after I saw everybody getting excited about it. I need to watch the condensed games. And I will for the rookie quarterbacks and everything. MVS didn't drop that one and also didn't go very far. We need a Wavy Lay's potato chip bag instead of the cashew trash can that you have on for streams. From the 21, trying to get Fitz into rhythm here. He's started out pretty slowly here. I might look to throw this one, actually. That actually was perfect. Led him back away from the corner. Bernard Berrien or Chester Taylor? Chester Taylor all day. There we go. Henry's got the outside. Good luck. Only 'cause he slowed him down there. A little play fake now. Way too easy. Another Deshaun Jackson touchdown. What happened there? That's his 3rd touchdown already on the season. Yeah, that's the zones. That's the problem right now with coverage in this game is zones are just getting beat deep like this. That's why you got to play man-to-man. Yeah, that first year they had Taylor before Adrian Peterson. Like, I didn't know much about Chester Taylor before that, but he was so good that year. The numbers look small. This is a classic uniform. I think they just use small numbers on this set. My favorite player of all time is Randy Moss. My favorite player today? Wow. Chris Carson. What a play. I like Chris Carson. Who's my favorite player today, though? That's tough. A lot of players on the Vikings who would be in contention for that. Awkward sequence there. I appreciate that, Johnny. That's a very long time. Going back to the Vikings Christian Ponder days. We're sending pressure now. And it's a first down. Nice play, Carson. Matty Ice in the pistol. It's Carson once again. A missed tackle there. And a gain of 3. There's Carson once again. And a gain of a couple more. I can be a lot more experimental with blitzing in this because with the man blitzing and every receiver accounted for, it can open up my defensive play calling. Like, that's something I always wanted to do more in previous games, but man coverage was just not good enough to play. Like, zone blitzing, I would like it better if the offensive line were, like, correctly programmed. Like, zone blitzing doesn't really work well in this game. They pretty much pick up everything that's coming. And you kind of have to, like, almost exploit your way around them. This is 2nd and 4. And the pass is hauled in. We're going to call a timeout here, because they're probably going to score, and I need to get some more time. First and goal now, and Ryan. Ooh, what was that? Gameplay here hasn't felt as smooth in this game. I was almost off sides there. They got the little screen pass and a wrap up. All right, making me use all my timeouts. 3rd down. Ryan, this one off the hands and dropped. That would have been a touchdown. It's 4th and goal, and they're bringing out the field goal team now. First overall in a fantasy draft from all my franchises, and I can't say Nate Bell. I take Boogie Turner then. He's probably the most dominant player I've ever had. All right, they got 3 field goals on us here. We're playing good red zone defense, and I guess getting lucky. Got to make something happen now. No timeouts before half.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I should have a different running back out there, I think, for this sequence. All right, launching the first one now. And that is intercepted. Took a chance, and it's Conley on the return. Not bad. And now the Steelers are going to turn this into an opportunity. Well, there's my first interception of the season. It was bound to happen sooner or later. 54 seconds. Oh, boy, got it back right away, and we're scoring on that. Bryce Callahan, pick 6. Not bad. That's one way to get the points. That's not what I expected here before half. We'll take it. $17-9. Well, I do think Super Sim is the best gameplay you can get. But I wanted to see how fun the default All-Pro could be. for just regular games like this. That's right, just a delayed touchdown pass. Wow. So they're going to try this again now. 41 seconds. And dumped off again. Carson staying busy. I would love an updated NFL head coach game. That would be fantastic. Or just like out of the park even.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
All right, 21 seconds. We'll see if they use the sideline at all, and they're not. Carson, catch number 6. Now, can you get the field goal team out in time? I doubt it. Yep, time's up. Loving Out of the Park 21. Yeah, I haven't played it for a few years, and I haven't played it like a ton overall. I hope to get into it next year. At least something... See, that's the thing. Like, I want to do some smaller series, but, you know, you get into something like Out of the Park, and it's kind of meant to be kind of a long deal. Not necessarily a quick, easy mode for what I do. Well, I think Jamari's a little bit better than Tyrone Brightful. Jamari took a little while to develop, and then I moved him to his better position and found he could be a game changer at linebacker. That was fun. Matt Ryan on second down. It's tight coverage again. 6 yards there. Third and 8. That's so good coverage downfield. Nobody's open. And down goes Ryan. Momentum on our side. We're getting the football. Should be good field position. Let's go, Patterson. To the right. Not much.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
All-time Kane offense versus an all-time Kane defense. Yeah, I'd like to do stuff like that, honestly. Like, if I experiment more this year instead of doing like a regular franchise on the main channel, I would be doing more things like that. Or, like I've been talking about, I want to go on All-Pro 2K8. Nice play. And I'm doing a season on there with some of the all-time greats of the channels. Will we see a WWE pay-per-view with Boogie Turner taking on Sylvester Seymour? That remains to be seen, but it would be hilarious. Third and 7 now. Come on, MVS. I need you. It's caught. He's got the speed, and he's up to the 21. Yeah, I do fantasy football. I don't do a lot of traditional fantasy football anymore. We're weaving through with Derrick Henry, touchdown. I may try all Madden next game, see how that goes. So this time of year I do more best ball. I've talked about that a few times. If you don't know what best ball is, basically you draft a fantasy team and you are not managing it throughout the season. So whoever you draft is whoever you draft, and every week your roster for that week, your lineup will consist of the best quarterback that you drafted in the beginning, your 2 best running backs, your 3 best receivers. So you're drafting a team and constructing it in a way to where you're hoping you have breakout players every week, and you don't manage it throughout the season. If somebody gets hurt, well, you're supposed to plan around that in your draft. And it's a fun way to play a lot of fantasy football. A lot of strategy in the drafting. Yep, it's first game of the day. We're playing 2. And I think the second one's going to be all Madden. I just want to see how it plays out. I do think All Pro is better, but I still might need All Madden here for a bit more challenge. We'll see. A lot of Chris Carson in this one, that's for sure. That's 17 carries and like 7 catches. Third and 4 now. Wow. Ryan had a couple open receivers there. He found one of them. I think the other might have been a touchdown, but it's Troutman inside the 20. They may have a chance here to make this interesting, but they haven't gotten a touchdown yet. Here comes Golden. Deep ball. Whoa. A bit high on that one. Not used to incompletions like that in Madden. That's actually pretty refreshing. Motioning out Carson on second down. And again to the end zone. Leaping! Touchdown! It's Hopkins. That's what I get for single coverage, I guess. Been playing cover 1 and we're not getting out there. I gotta watch the rookie quarterback preseasons. Like I said, I didn't get to watch like anything in the first 2 weeks outside of a little bit of Justin Fields, and he showed a lot of good stuff. But I'm playing catch up this week with condensed preseason games to get what I need. Kind of been out of the sports world a bit for a few weeks as I get everything ready for the new house, and just overall been super busy. And then with what time I've had to obviously make sure I still got content. I want MVS here. All right, 74 yards. Oh boy, that's not gonna happen, is it? It's intercepted. I thought we might have it there. I like that play call. Not a good chance to take there. All right, we need some more safety help over Hopkins, so I think this cover 2 man is going to be pretty necessary. We've had Fuller get beat a couple times. I also haven't been running the ball enough. All over it. 20 for 44. That's what I typically expect here on All Pro. But now can we get some pressure on 3rd and long? Here comes Chase Young. Ah, man, I had him beat. What happened downfield? Wide open touchdown. It's Claypool. I thought you could trust cover 4 at least. I thought that was like the one zone you could play. Oh, I see. I see. I don't know why he makes this inside move here. So Fuller's basically given up like 3 scores now. And now what's the score? 2-point game? Fitzpatrick and I are a pretty good combo, honestly. A little bit of everything. Ryan trying to tie the game. He's off the mark, so we're still winning. I don't know why the zone logic is so messed up. Like, this wasn't happening last year. Why is it happening this year? And it's a serious issue. It takes away half the playbook. More, actually. There are more ways to play zone than there are to play man. It takes away like 75% of the playbook. Man is simple. All right, it's going to be a lot of Henry the rest of the way, and we'll see if the Steelers can stop it. 100-yard game. Man coverage is pretty strong. Hasn't been strong like this since the PS2 days. I would try more of them, but I don't want to play zone right now with a 2-point game, because the ones I have called obviously aren't working well. We're back to the air, and right there, it's Beckham at the 40. Only our 7th completion. But I'm pretty sure I've been calling cover 3 sky, which isn't a match coverage, and that's broken. That previous play was cover 4 palms. Won't be calling that one anytime soon. Mostert open. Thank you. Guess pass on adjustments. It helps a lot. All right. If I'm confident in it being a pass. We float it for MVS. He's got it inside the 5. There's an injury now to Josh Allen, the edge rusher. Henry. Cut right, and we're in. Touchdown again. Wanted to focus a lot more on Henry that drive. It worked. (31-22). Let's let him return this one a little bit. Or not.
Come on now, let's go. Check 55 to mine.
Oh boy, undercut once again. We spin back with Fuller, and he will have our second interception of Ryan. Why are they still in an engagement there? This gameplay has felt a lot sloppier than the first game and my Super Sim stuff. And that gives us a short field. Henry inside with it. A stiff arm. First defender just has no chance. Yeah, that is happening to a lot of people. Like, you leave a game and it gives you the loss even though you won. I haven't seen it yet on my end. What's really odd is there are a lot of bugs in Franchise. Wow. They forgot about Fitz! Oh, he couldn't get in. But, like, we can be playing the same version of the game. What, cloud, offline, same system, and the issues can't always be replicated. And we can be dealing with completely separate bugs. And that is just the weirdest thing to me. Henry scores again. We're trying to break records this year. Wow, 61-58. Yeah, this is not a great Madden for defense. Not with where the coverage logic is and the way the DBs are playing the football. Super boom bust. I guess we're going for this 17-point lead now, and it's Fitz magic. Ah, I threw it too early. Got 6 touchdowns already this year with Henry. Oh, wow, what a hit.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
You know, that's the thing, too. If I don't think it's going to be a Madden that can give me a great Broncos-style franchise, then I'm not going to force it. There's other content that I can make. I have, like, a great franchise, I think, going with the Rockies. I obviously have my rebuild franchises that even in a game I didn't care for, Madden 19, Super Sim franchise was still as good as always. And yeah, I don't want to have to worry about a bunch of bugs, a bunch of gameplay issues, intercepted, and like slider testing to make it work. I've done that so much.
That's what we are.
Pick 6, Marcus Peters. And this one's looking over. Well, glad to see you here, Smoke. Appreciate the support. Yeah, we're desperately needing an update for this game to fix up some of the issues. Biggest one has been what people have seen on Xbox, the new Series X. Like, at times the consoles are shutting off, which that would make me not even want to play the game because I'd be worried about it bricking my console or causing a major problem for an already difficult to get your hands on system. That's expensive. I did see that stuff. I don't know what to expect from, like, if you haven't seen, like, Vince Young, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, they've had these social media posts showing, and Tyrann Mathieu had something too. Like a screenshot of them in the game and with their college uniforms. So it looks like something's on the way, but I don't know what it's going to be. And they haven't, like, hyped it up before this. It's just kind of all of a sudden. I don't know if it's, like, just going to be Ultimate Team jerseys or what. I'm not expecting it to be, like, a massive deal, or it would have already been announced and in the game probably. But, like, college season is obviously now underway, so They want to capitalize somewhat. A moments mode? Hard to see them putting resources into that. Like, my first thought is it's going to be something for Ultimate Team. Not sure what else it could really be. I do think once this game has some of the bugs ironed out, it's going to be one of the better recent Maddens. Like, I saw on Twitter, like, C4 talking about, he wanted to do a review, and he wasn't really able to do it. He kind of summed it up by saying, like, he thinks there might be a good game under here, but there are so many bugs, and that's kind of my thought. Like, there are a lot of things that I like about this game, but with how obvious and how many bugs there are, it's like, it's hard to enjoy games with those kind of flaws just in your face all the time. And that's part of why I've become more of a slow sim player, because I notice less issues. The gameplay is, I believe, the best Madden is capable of producing, and it fits my style of wanting to be a team builder and having the content be about the players, not my play. That should be a first down and goal now. Pittsburgh close. Matt Ryan at 444 yards. I'm going to allow so many on all Madden when I try that out. And there's the touchdown right there. My pick for a franchise team is the Steelers, Falcons for the 1 or 2 last runs, or the Eagles because of the draft picks. And is it just me, or is the 5th year option gone? I love the content. You know, Gary, I don't think I thought about that in my testing, but I don't recall ever having the choice to pick up a 5th year option. I don't know for sure. I can test it out, but I don't know. I like the idea of the Steelers. Like, you pick a team who's like, okay, try to win quickly. If it doesn't work, then maybe a new rebuild gets underway. I don't think it necessarily has to be that way for the Steelers, because their defense is really good, and if you just draft a quarterback and work on the line a little bit, you might just be good enough to keep going. The Falcons, to me, are kind of the opposite, where I think the rebuild should start now. I think the Vikings are a really good pick for, like, you know, maybe a chance to win early, but if it doesn't work, you have a lot of aging players on that team and maybe not the right quarterbacks, so you look to kind of start the rebuild in like year 3. I don't know why 5th year options would be gone. That is just, why? Maybe I can go back to this play. I threw a pick on this earlier. Come on, MVS. Oh boy, I should have thrown a 3rd pick. I know, Harrison Smith got paid big time today. More than I thought he would get. I knew they'd probably extend him. But what I see from Harrison the rest of his career is really doing all the stuff he typically does. Playing around the box and blitzing a lot and just kind of being a weapon on defense, I just don't think he's going to be playing a lot more like deep coverage. And that's fine. I wanted them to look at safeties that would make that kind of move for him more permanent and to have somebody you can trust in that kind of a role. So one guy that I wanted them to give a chance to in free agency was Malik Hooker. They instead signed Xavier Woods. But I do think with what makes Harrison a good safety, which is his ability to diagnose plays and to seemingly always be in the right place at the right time, and he's an effective blitzer. I think he's got the style of play that will age well because he's not like, you know, super reliant on like athleticism to create production. He's not like a center field safety. I thought Minshew to the Eagles was an absolute steal for Philly. It's a conditional 6th. Do we know any of the terms there? Because to me, everything I've seen from Minshew points to him being at least like a good long-term backup quarterback or bridge starter. I think the Eagles are a great fit for him. And I think that he's worth a lot more than a 6th round pick. To me, Minshew is honestly worth a 3 or a 4. Because if I had Minshew on my team, thinking of him as at worst like a great backup for the future, I wouldn't take less than a 3rd or a 4 for him. If he plays 50% in 3 games, it turns into a 5th. Like, either way, why would Jacksonville even bother making that trade? Minshew has a lot more value than a 5th round pick. And not only that, I think he is like a really good backup for the future and everything, right? Not only that, but he was drafted in the 6th round and is still on that cheap rookie contract making basically minimum salary for the next 2 seasons. Or it'd be, yeah, this season and next. So why would you trade him away for at most a 5th round pick? What's the point? All right, I'm trying cover 3 here. I just want to see what happens. I haven't been calling it like at all. And we're giving up so many easy completions.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, here I come. Here I come.
Got pressure now. Ryan's getting out of there. I think Minshew's worth more as a backup quarterback. I really do. On his 6th round contract, too. Like, he's making dirt cheap, solid backup money. I'm sure CJ Beathard isn't, like, making a ton. He's probably making 2 to 3, I'd say. 2 years, $5 million. Yeah.
Come on, fellas.
Casey Jarrett Beathard. So Matt Ryan is over 500 passing yards now. And on 1st and goal, he'll make it a few more with a Chris Carson touchdown. There is no defense in this game. Not with the zones being where they are, that's for sure. Yeah, Brian, usually in those cases, all you got to do is follow the money and it'll lead you to the answer. And that's why I've been so high on the Patriots tight ends, because look how much they're paid. You think they're paid to go get 545 yards and 3 touchdowns? Because they're not. That's why I think if you're doing a fantasy draft, I don't care which one you rather have, Henry or Jonnu Smith. Take one of them. Because one of them is going to be a league winner to me. Well, not a league winner, but they're going to be like one of the best values, period. They are literally tied for 3rd in highest paid tight ends. They're tied for 3rd with each other. They're not there to catch 3 passes a game. I'm not sure that anyone's ever been given a more obvious answer to the test. And as far as fantasy value goes, that's not being reflected at all. Well, they're going to call their timeouts. They actually have to call plays then. What? So Jamal Adams does that? He just hit stick fumbled Derrick Henry. I wasn't sure that was even possible. They both have a super low ADP though. Like, people are falling over each other to go draft Logan Thomas before them. If you can't get Kittle, Kelsey or Darren Waller or Kyle Pitts, like, just wait and take a Patriots tight end. That's the way I'm approaching it this year. And it's not that other tight ends aren't good. It's just value-wise, I think they're going far, far later than they should be. Follow the money. I think Hawkinson's fine. Although I don't really need a lot of Lions players. Hawkinson's the one I would feel comfortable with. But he's going really, really early this year. Close it out with another INT. Yeah, this has to be scoregami. 54, 37, 91 combined points. I like Goddard a lot. I do like Dallas Goddard. I think they got to trade Ertz. All right, and trade him to the Vikings quick because Irv Smith ain't ready to play. And I don't know if Conklin can make a few plays here or there. But, man, I wanted to see Irv so bad. Tunyon, I'm worried about the regression. He's bound to regress. There are so many statistical anomalies in last year's season for him. He's fine. But I'm not targeting him heavily. It's all about value. I mean, I don't hate the players. I just don't like their ADPs all the time. Because I think they're being drafted at their ceiling. And the ceiling isn't worth it. Conklin's hurt too. It's Brandon Allen and Zach Davidson for week 1. They might just play a 6th offensive lineman then. Because that is going to be brutal. Hey, Kane, I already had Jared Cook and Eric Ebron. Hunter Henry is available. Should I pick him up? I think you wouldn't be too bad having Hunter Henry. 3 tight ends isn't always necessary, but... I wouldn't mind a little Hunter Henry there. Hey. I haven't had a crash in a little while. Alright, 1 sec while I get back into the game then. Gotta get past the intro and everything. Let's see if I lost my score there. Bears have a lot of tight ends, yes. With Jimmy Graham and Colt Kmet and Jasper Horsted and other guys I can't remember because there's just too many. I'm very up and down on Minnesota this year. I think that they're a lot better roster than last season, but still a lot of new players and offensive line questions and playing horrible in the preseason. We'll see. Alright, so this is going to be the file I need here. It saved my result, though. I still got my 54-37. That was the first crash I've had on Madden in a handful of sessions. If I had to pick the NFC East, I will go Washington football team because I think they have the best overall team there and the best coach. With Dak healthy, I think that not enough love is being given to the Cowboys, but I'm still not a huge Mike McCarthy guy. I would have to pick them second. Let's try a game on All Madden now. Let me save this now. No, I don't have a team picked out quite yet. Got a few ideas. A lot of good directions to go in this year. So we're up against Jordan Love this time. Miami had the weirdest draft. Whoops, I forgot to pick my game plans. I'm taking away this short throw because I was tired of giving those up last game. Maybe it was because of my game plan. All we were doing is giving up the cheap yards underneath. All right, any injuries this week in practice? None. On defense. Offense is good too. Overall, I think Hurts is fine for fantasy. He was really good last season. You just hope that he starts, you know, the entire year and doesn't have a bad stretch that puts Gardner Minshew in the game or something. So I think that's more so the question. On a week-to-week basis, like if Hurts is starting, he's in play. That was the way it was last year. But you want to see, just gauge your own confidence in him being able to start all year long. So here's the Dolphins we're about to play, all right? Jordan Love, Easton Stick, Cole McDonald, Alex Magoo. 4 quarterbacks, including Jordan Love. They do have Zeke, Devontae Parker, CeeDee Lamb, Eric Ebron. Like, you look at this roster and you're like, where did their early picks go? Well, they got TJ Watt, Devin White, Derek Brown, Jeremy Chin. Like, they're way more interesting on the defensive side of the ball for sure. I've had my fair share of bugs. We just had a crash at the end of my last game. So ready for this scouting system to be ripped out. I'm not sure if he's good in the Madden simming. Alright, game 3 now. We're on all Madden this time. We want to see how this goes. See if they can actually slow down Derrick Henry a little bit. He's pretty good. They have not said yet when in September, no. But I would have to think it's going to be pretty late. Especially with how many bugs and issues they have to iron out right now. That's going to probably take priority. The day's going pretty good, Justin. How about you? We're up first in this one. All right, Cordero out of the end zone. My CPU online group is waiting for the scouting update before we get started on PS5. Yeah, I think that you got a good month of waiting here, but hopefully a lot of stuff is fixed between now and then. So it's coach mode? Is that what you guys do in your league? Starting with Derrick Henry as always, taken down, loss of 1. That's pretty cool. Got to throw this one underneath, and it's Jackson for a short pickup, and Ryan Jensen is shaken up now. Hawkeye, you playing on PCS X2? Oh boy. Well, he's not going in the locker room. That might actually be a good sign in this game. I think the Jaguars have a chance to make the playoffs. Still got to see, you know, Urban Meyer, college coach, transition to the pros. Oh, man. But I think with Indy's injury situation, with Wentz and now T.Y., like, they're looking iffy. Tennessee, I think, is, you know, pretty solid. They, especially if they get early impact from Caleb Farley, like, I like Tennessee in that division. And there is a team in Houston, too, that's giving away free dubs. Yeah, that's the thing, too. Like, college coaches come in, and they got a different style than guys who have been coaching 20 and... or more older players, you know? And I think, like, especially early on, hard to say how a whole team is going to respond to that college coach. I think you'll have a lot of players who maybe were just out of college and it's not that different to them. And then you got guys who are more used to the traditional professional environment and they're like, come on, dude, this is a waste of time. With whatever methods they have that might be different. I've been streaming now for hour and a half, Tavon. This is the second game. We won the first game. There were a ton of points scored, but bumped it up to all Madden to try it out here against Miami in the third game of the season. Oh, I ran right past Zeke. That's not a good idea. I don't like actually playing defense against the CPU, but they don't let me just hold a button or do nothing to let my players go do their assignment. I'm playing edge because I just mess up stuff inside too much. Yeah, I can't wait to go check out the Trevor Lawrence stuff. I want to make sure I see all the rookie quarterbacks. And then I'll catch up on some other stuff that I wanted to see for position battles or just specific players. Down goes Jordan Love. Oh, wow. What? All right, then. And they're going for it now. Got close, so now they want to try. All right, then we're going to blitz Jimmy Ward. See how this goes. Zeke. Oh, we're in the backfield. Too easy. Sue. First impression are that all Madden doesn't feel too bad so far, but we'll see. Devin White's pretty fast. Yeah, Fields is like the only guy I got to see play because when I was available, he happened to be on. Oh no, hit as he throws it, and Henry, he couldn't hang on. Oh, man. .604 on the clock. Open. MVS right there. Let's go. Browns or Ravens for the division title this year? Give me Cleveland. I can't believe how good they've gotten in the past year. Another big hit on Henry. By the way, if you were wanting to catch those like preseason games, if you missed them and you don't have NFL Game Pass and don't want it, on NFL's YouTube channel, they put up highlights of everything. All the games have highlights. Same thing for MLB. If you like wanted to see a game because it was pretty cool and you missed it, like the YouTube video will catch you up on everything in like 10 minutes. Jeez, back-to-back stops like that? I'm gonna make him do it a third time. I'm not punting at the 40. I think I'll throw this one here. 4th down and 3. D-Jacks. I would take Henry over Devin White because the only way to beat Derrick Henry is not in a fair fight. Not an Oklahoma drill like that. You need something that tilts the scale more in your favor. The gameplay overall looks a lot tighter in this game. I'm not sure if it's because it's all Madden. That last game just was super sloppy for whatever reason. Like I've said this for a long time. Like I can tell when there's something off with the game, just based on how players move and how they animate. And that last game felt off the entire time. This one feels a lot tighter. But if it's more fun and more competitive, then I'm going to probably stick with all Madden. We'll see. There you go. Another Derrick Henry touchdown. I appreciate that, Alberto. Glad you're enjoying the content. Glad it's not too late for you. Mike Glennon is still here. He's on the Giants. Yeah, Glennon is still around, you know. Is he still collecting checks from the Bears on that massive contract? I haven't watched the Jaguars. I watched a little bit today. I saw like Devin Smith's big catch downfield, but I didn't get to see any of Lawrence. I have not seen Trevor Lawrence throw a preseason pass with my eyes in highlight form or anything yet. Now that's going to change, but as of right now, I haven't. Zeke running left, 4 yards. They have another receiver who's apparently been balling out for Jacksonville, Jeff Cotton. Uh-oh. Bad news. Is this going to actually force me to play some run defense? Well, my run defense is just playing cover 3 and watching it work. Now I got to play cover 1 because zones are busted. And now here goes Jordan Love, wide open! A first down for CeeDee Lamb. I've been to Allegiant Stadium and it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that stadium is part of why I took the Raiders here. It's one of the coolest looking on the inside, I think. That's a great question, Hawkman, and I got an answer for you. If I could make any changes to any team's uniforms, it would be to the Carolina Panthers because they're pretty much wearing the same uniforms they came into the league with in like 93. And they look very outdated to me. And they have a great color scheme with, you know, that nice blue and black. And they could do so much more changing up their fonts and their stripes. The Panthers are desperate for a refresh, and I can't believe they haven't already gotten one, especially when Cam was basically the most marketable player at the time, one of the MVPs 6 years ago, still rocking the same uniforms. Black helmets, that would be sweet. Yeah, because when I picture the Panthers, it's just always those silver ones y'all got. Like, the Panthers have more of a classic look now, and they're one of the youngest franchises in the league because since that time, almost everybody's gotten new uniforms. Some 2 or 3 times. So now, them and the Texans, it's not that they have a bad look, I just think it could be refreshed. Now, obviously, you got teams like the Bears and Packers, other classic franchises who are pretty much always going to hold on to those looks, but I don't know why the Panthers would or the Texans would. Those are like the 2 youngest franchises. The Jaguars are a very young franchise, and they've changed uniforms a bunch. I think Arizona's due as well. Yeah, they got that set in the mid-2000s. And then the Vikings basically copied it. And the Vikings have already changed their uniforms since then. I did like that too. The Jaguars had a really unique helmet there. Yeah, the black to gold fade. No one else was doing anything like that. I did like that. Will I watch the Wolves at all this year? I don't know about that. Nice catch, D-Jax. I don't live in Market, obviously. I live in Texas now. So I would need League Pass. And I would need a good reason to get League Pass. What sliders am I using? Just default. I don't want to mess with sliders. I've done that so much in the last decade. I want to find ways to play the game out of the box. My least favorite recent jersey. I can't stand the Rams gradient. I don't like the Rams font. To me, it has a very childish appearance. The letters look like they were made. Their font looks like it's like balloon animals to me. I just don't like their numbers. It looks like a font you'd use for like a kid's carnival or something like that. I'm not a fan. I think the gradient adds to that. I actually think their road uniforms are a lot better. I don't like they have some uniforms too with this weird effect. Like they have a gradient look that I don't care for. To me, the gradient makes it look like 90s word art. Like a PowerPoint you did back in 3rd grade. That's what that looks like. The colors, though, I think are fine. And it's not far from being a really great uniform. There's MVS. 8 of 9 with fits. Locked in. Not getting Odell involved quite like I thought I would be. Overall, I do like the Bengals' new uniforms, yeah. Although what was weird to me is how much more it seems like... Oh, I got 5 seconds. 1 sec. I think I'd like... Oh, getting a closer look at it. Yeah, I like the Bengals' new set. I think it's a nice refresh. Odell's in the slot. No. What happened? Where'd Devin White come from? Right through the middle of everything. I'd have to agree, Tavon. Aaron Donald, I think, is easily the most dominant defensive player. Wonder how long he can keep this up, because he's been that guy for a handful of years. He's actually been in the league now for a while, like 7 years. If you were Ryan Pace, would you go for it and use draft capital to get better players or build a young team around Fields? I would probably be going for better players, just considering, like, you have Khalil Mack in his prime for now. I think that roster is built for urgency, not for 3 years from now or 2 years from now. I think it's maximizing right now. Especially, too, you know, Fields on a rookie contract. That's your edge. You spend money when you have that rookie contract. They're going to need kind of a youth infusion on that team here pretty soon. Especially on defense, to me. Oh boy, what's going on here, defense? Have I had a past franchise where I use a slider straight out of the box with no modifications? I tried that for a little bit with the Panthers franchise, but other than that, no, I've always had to modify. And I wish I didn't, because like I can go on the show and I just play straight up Hall of Fame with my settings, and I have the most fun time every time I put that game on. Easily. We have not seen many incompletions today. Now, I think as the field shrinks, you can play a bit more zone coverage, I'd have to say. There's less room for receivers to get behind you. So maybe I'll experiment with that a bit. Burning a timeout there. No, I haven't seen much from Chris Evans. I know of him, but as I've talked about, I've been really behind on preseason. Working on moving into the new house. I know in the draft process I liked Elijah more. Why did I jump there? Love extends it. I'm going to use all my timeouts to try to get the ball back with time. I'll have to check out Chris Evans. You know, I'm going to take a look at the highest graded running backs by like PFF and the top performers and see what I think as Zeke breaks the tackle, gets into the end zone. Yeah, this all Madden may be the way to play here. It has been a bit more competitive, and I think that's what we want here, to have some fun in this little fantasy franchise. Only running back I've really seen here in the preseason is A.J. Rose for the Vikings. I only got to watch his third game. Pitts only played one drive at preseason. Patrick Mahomes threw like 30 preseason passes, I'm pretty sure. Every team approaches it differently, though. Like, Sam Darnold barely played in the preseason, and Patrick Mahomes relatively played a lot, you know? And if he didn't play as well as he did, he probably would have played more. He only played like 2 drives against the Vikings because they were both great drives. Mahomes started against the Vikings and was so good they pulled him once they scored for the second time. And they made it look pretty easy against that Viking defense. On the outside here, overthrown. Come on, Fitz. That one hurts. Most of the Seahawks starting offense didn't play a snap. Yeah, different philosophies here for sure. He missed again. No magic here in the first half for Fitz. Right now he's just Ryan. Third down. Oh, why'd I throw that ball? Why'd I throw that ball? Intercepted. I have not been getting Odell involved. I gotta find ways to do that in the second half. Yeah, has Reef played well? He's a solid tackle. He'll struggle against the elite guys, but overall, I think that you'll be pretty happy with him as a starter. And Jonah Williams wasn't bad last year either. So the concerns for Cincy are mostly the interior line. Love to the end zone! Almost. Still 2 timeouts as well for Miami. They can use one there.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten to see it myself, but by the sounds of things, like, Jamar Chase is having a really rough camp. Hasn't looked kind of how everybody expected. So he's just been dropping passes and stuff. Is that the case? Uh-oh. Please make the tackle. Yeah, Sewell's playing a different position. I think he's swapping sides too, so all the footwork is flipped, and that's a bit of a transition for a lot of players. Like, changing positions and changing sides, I can see why that would be a problem. There's no familiarity then, you know? Don't play for a year. Play a new position, switch sides so your footwork and hand placement's all reversed, you know. I think that's something that it just takes time. I don't think you solve that problem in a month, especially when you took a year off playing. Like, this is, we can't forget about the opt-out impact this year too. There's the college to pro transition that everybody feels, but not everybody didn't, took last year off. And even the guys who only played a handful of games, they were still practicing and everything and got some action. And, could have played in the like Senior Bowl and stuff like that. And now, the thing too is that receiver is not supposed to be an easy position to translate. It's just recently, we've had some of the best rookie seasons for receivers of all time. So, expectations have changed tremendously because of performances of guys like Odell Beckham in 2014 or Justin Jefferson last year or even CeeDee Lamb last year. A.J. Brown as a rookie was fantastic. How do you ensure the ratings on the D-line take control when you're controlling them? There is no way, David. Unfortunately, you have to control somebody. Even if you don't want to. This is the second game, Andy. We are 2-0 on the season, 1-0 on the day. But I cranked it up to all Madden. And this game has been more of a challenge, and I've liked it. It wasn't a historic season, no, not his. It was solid. But we have seen, like, historic seasons in recent years. And I think the expectations now, especially for an early pick, like, all right, go get 1,200 yards. The best seasons that come to mind are like Odell's rookie season, A.J. Brown, Jefferson last year. Yeah, Metcalf made a lot of plays as a rookie. Even if you're not having a historic season, at least finding, like, your strength as a player in the NFL. Wow, what a block. Had a lot of trouble getting it going here with Henry in this game. Not getting easier either. You want to see that pancake again? I got you. Yeah, they hide the highlights now. Oh, man. I think I have to be at the play call screen. I hope they didn't already erase it. Thank you for coming back to the ball, because I was going to throw a pick in Madden 21. Yeah, you go stats, highlights. Weird, and they already took it away. Andy, thank you for the 10. Been following since Kalispell and love the show and Madden content. And the 2K when you did it. You're the only one that lets ratings do their job as much as possible, and that's so much more fun. Next time I play 2K, I'm hoping to let the ratings play out more there. I think I'll do more of like a watched managerial style on 2K if I get back to that at some point. Come on, Ryan, you're killing me. Oh no, it was Mostert. I forgot. I called that formation. Why am I throwing it with Mostert? I just like that formation. I keep forgetting, though, that it's like the Taysom Hill package. That's the second time it's happened today. But yeah, thank you, Andy. I have more fun when the players are the star of the show. I'm not here to, like, show that I have whatever skill at the game, because I'm not great at the game. I'm not even here to get better. I'm here to have fun watching players do cool stuff and for the stories to play out for my teams. That's the only thing I care about. And I want ratings to matter more than me. Tried to make an aggressive play there on Zeke. I think a CPU 2K series could be a lot of fun, because then you'd get my issues in the game out of the way. I had a good time with the surf, but unless I played it super consistently, I don't think I was going to get a whole lot better at the game. And 2K to me has got one of the steeper learning curves. I mean, I don't know a lot about basketball to begin with, but 2K's got the most complex controls. There's so much with ball handling and play calling, and there's so much to it. Can we make a tackle? Yeah. Yeah, we're getting a really high completion percentage here for Jordan Love. And I'm having to play so much man coverage because of the way zones are busted. I can try more zone. This one worked. We get Chase Young there. I know, that's Allen, the true shooting percentage. So I think I would have liked that if I used it. And I would love for them to implement something similar to Madden for kicking. I've talked about this before. I wish there was a way to just have, like, kickers with more intricate ratings. Maybe they have, like, ratings for short, medium, and long distance field goals. And it's just kind of a true rating outcome. I would rather that than control the meter. I would enjoy the drama if it could be like sim kicking outcomes. I would love that. We can't even get close to Love right now. And eventually he throws it away. What's going on, Chris? Well, if Jamar's getting separation, then yeah, I wouldn't worry about it a lot. But I also haven't watched it myself, so I don't know if it's just like bad drops, but seems that he hasn't played how people thought he would right now. 2K sim is more of an ends justify the means simulation. So you see tons of dudes shooting 35% just to get the desired points per game. Yeah, but if I play 2K again, it's probably going to be that, like, managing style. Something like the Texans franchise. There you go, Henry. We're making sure Odell gets the ball in this half as we try to get this comeback going. They're going to have to do more to stop Odell. We're going his way as much as we can. You know what? I want to make a little change here too. I want to make Mostert the third down back. Probably going to be throwing a lot the rest of the way, and Mostert's going to be a little bit better, I think, for catching the ball. in certain formations. Oh, man. There have not been a lot of running lanes in this one. Nice grab there by Beckham. That was a tough one. He brings it in near the 40. That's like 4 catches here in the second half. Making an effort to get him the ball, and now he's off the field. So we'll give it to Mostert now. Maybe a little extra speed will help us out. We'll see about that. There you go. Almost threw him into trouble. I think he's down, right? Oh, please say that is not going to stand. Okay. Yeah, Brian, those plays are a lot of fun. I like all those. We roll to the right here. Oh, off the hands of Beckham. As we head to the 4th quarter, looking for a comeback. Oh, no. Oh, no. Kind of got locked onto Max Williams there. Didn't like it, and then the pressure's there. Well, we got to get 2 scores. We'll try to get the field goal taken care of on this one then. I'm interested. I know Matt 10 is working on sliders, and we look at sliders the same exact way, and I've talked with him a ton. We became friends because of Madden sliders, and at first it was just talking about sliders. Let's see what he's got cooked up right now. Oh, he's got an all-pro set, too. It's really close to default. A lot of these are. Maybe pass coverage is reversed. He's using 5 pass coverage for both user and CPU. Interesting. Uh-oh. Zeke. 100 yards. Yeah, I could go for some sliders, but as far as actually messing with Maddens, no. A couple cheeseburger sliders, though, would be pretty good right now. Yeah, Jordan Love's been pretty automatic here throwing the football, and that's wide open. Oh, I had Anthony Barr against Parker, of course.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
To the end zone, out of bounds. It takes a long time for patches because, well, first they have to identify the bugs, recreate them, and find the fix. Then they have to test the fix and make sure that works. Then it's all got to be certified and approved. There's just a lot of layers to getting an update out, and it's hard to get quick turnaround. Love wants the end zone here, and that is a touchdown, unfortunately. Just break the pass up next time. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's a touchdown. Never mind. It said 3rd and 6 for a moment. I thought something happened. Oh, yeah. I learned the hard way not to put bar on receivers against the Rams. Jared Goff, that was the best game of his life, probably. But that was back when the Vikings defense was basically figured out. The Eagles exposed something, and like the Bills had exposed it. The Bills were terrible that year. That was Josh Allen's rookie year. The Rams exposed it, and eventually they shorted up. They figured out what was wrong, but the defense had kind of been... I think a few of their adjustments were kind of being exposed and attacked the same way. Teams figured out how to get mismatches, like, you know, Anthony Barr having to cover... I forget if it was Kupp or Woods, but it wasn't ideal, that's for sure. Nope. Come on, Fitz. Ooh, I can't call a screen on 4th down. I don't trust them that much. 1st down, sure. Beckham, no! Thought we'd have him there. Love shaken up on the play. I hit him at the end with Jason Pierre-Paul, so that is going to force Easton Stick to come into the game. I'm thinking the scouting update's going to be late in the month. Especially with how many issues the game has that needs to get fixed sooner. Easton Stick. 3rd down. Stick out of the pocket. Stick's going to run with it. And he could have dove in for a touchdown there. They got to have a little more awareness in those situations. So a 3-score game. Yeah, Jordan Love got hurt a few plays ago. Not the most accurate ball. Yeah, they're just playing like man up 3 deep. Prevent style defense here. A lot of inaccurate passes here with Fitz. Beckham, he's got a step in. That's good recovery. Yeah, this all Madden's been tougher. It's been kind of fun. There you go. There you go, Jackson.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Long, long way to go.
Watch the pass. Push it back. Push it back.
Another one. Nice play, Cordero Patterson.
Check. Check. 45 Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Gotta get some points now. Catch and run MVS. We're just preserving clock now. I might check out some PS2 stuff here in the near future. There are some other games I'd like to check out too that I haven't brought yet. Oh, nice adjustment. It's a touchdown. Amir Smith-Marset, the rookie from Iowa. Is Fantasy Hawkeye still here? Sim and comp game styles? At this point, I honestly don't really know. Comp is supposed to be more stick skill, and sim is supposed to be more ratings based, but I couldn't tell you the differences really. Madden 05 or 06? I think 06. I got a bunch of stuff that I could look to bring, though. I got them all in my desk, too. So let's just see what's in this pile.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
We got Madden 25 PS3. Can't see me going back to that. Least favorite Madden of all time, Madden 11. And here is one of the games that's why we're in the position we are right now 15 years later. Madden 06 360, a rushed game that led to the destruction of franchise mode. And is the reason everything's had to be brought back and all this other mess. This is the game that did it. But on PS2, it was pretty fun. And obviously, people still love NFL 2K5. And maybe you were weird and played Quarterback Club instead. And maybe you were like me and loved the arena games. Why am I controlling... Oh, boy. Oops. I should have paid attention. I didn't like Madden 11 because it's where this game is right now, where there is no defense. Madden 11 had the worst defense I think the series has ever seen. We got a little college hoops 2K8, but I'm terrible at it.
Here we go.
Madden 13, the Bigs, NFL Street Volume 2, Blitz the League 2. Whoa, I'm sorry, that probably hurt your ears. I apologize. Madden 04, NFL Tour. We got a little backbreaker. Madden 15, 25. Why is this in there? 10, 7. And why is this at the bottom of the pile? One of my personal favorites. Madden 12. Still a great game today.
We got this.
Wish I didn't give up that touchdown because I was controlling the corner. Madden 12 is fantastic. I played it not that long ago. And, man. Like, the sliders and everything were still in there. And it's held up really nicely. The original Tecmo Bowl. I think that's on the Switch Virtual Console Nintendo thingy. I want to say. Wait, that is not all of them. That is not all of them. There's a bunch more in here I forgot about. Oh, man. I don't like this game, though. I don't like this one. You're not catching me playing this game. Madden 13 DB glitch. Nope. Skate 3. Greatest skateboarding game of all time. SSX reboot. Madden 16. Like, why would I go back to that? Nice. Other modern Maddens you don't care about. Madden 08 on the PS3. We got Madden 05. How about NCAA 08 on the PS2? How about FIFA Street? And then a little All-Pro 2K8. What a great game. All-Pro 2K8 with a franchise mode would be perfect. And then when you're all done, you watch the history of the Minnesota Vikings. And you eat a whole gallon of ice cream while you watch it. Hey, Tony Hawk walked so Skate 3 could run. That's all I'm going to say. That's the GOAT skating game ever. But hey, I'm loving the Pro Skater remakes. They're fantastic. I still think Skate 3 is better. I love the Tony Hawk games. I do. I really do. Tony Hawk Underground 2 is my favorite Tony Hawk game because I didn't get into Pro Skater as a kid. I'm getting into Pro Skater now as an adult playing the remakes, which are really fun. I didn't know you were a horror movie fan, Kane. Oh, yeah. NBA Street 2 was great. That's the one I have. I don't know why I got it or when I got it, but I got it. And the price tag on it is super old looking, so I couldn't tell you when I got NBA Street 2. You like Tony Hawk American Wasteland? That was the game whose main gimmick was no loading screens. I remember liking American Wasteland. I hope they remake all the old Tony Hawk games, because I'm sure 1 and 2 have sold very well, and they are very good, high-quality remakes. And they've only gotten 2 games done, so I think next up, I'd have to imagine Pro Skater 3 and 4, and then maybe Underground 1 and 2, maybe American Wasteland, and then they'd probably stop, because who cares about like Tony Hawk Ride or whatever was after that. Max Williams can't catch. I plan on playing a little bit of NFL Tour. I don't think I'll do it for like the playoffs. That was fun the one time I was doing it, just to have an obscure series. Now, this was a handful of years ago, so some of you weren't around for this, I'm sure. But I was playing NFL Tour, and just as a little joke, I was previewing all of the NFL real-life playoff games by playing the matchups in NFL Tour. And I was predicting the entire playoff results perfectly. Who was winning? I had 100% success. And do you want to know what happened in the Super Bowl? In my NFL Tour sim that seemed to be predicting and or driving the future, I had the Patriots losing to the Falcons in the Super Bowl. And for a while, I thought I had the magic game. I did not have the magic game after all. Close though. Dude, some of those old NFL Tour videos are some of my highest viewed ever. I came to actually like NFL Tour. Even though, as far as NFL Street goes, like, Street's so much better. But I came to actually appreciate NFL Tour a little bit. It had some fun ideas, like being able to run on the walls and everything. So we take the L in this one, but it was nice to have like more of a challenge here against the Dolphins. Now, I've got to think about how on earth I'm going to play any defense in this. Because we're not stopping anybody right now. Only ran for 57 yards in that game. (26 of 41, 3 interceptions though for Fitzpatrick. Could not force incompletions. Three drops they credit to Odell. I remember playing NFL Game Day. There used to be so many sports games out there to choose from. Like, everybody was making a football game, and you had, you had like 3 companies making just like simulation NFL games. Then you had NFL Blitz, and you had NFL Hits, which was different. Oh man, all sorts of games. That's one game I'd like to pick up again, but I don't know how it holds up. Or am I thinking of a different game? Not NFL Hits. Because there was Blitz and there was another one. What one has John Randall on the cover? NFL John Randall. Which one was it? It wasn't NFL Hits. That might be an NHL game. It's a really obscure one. It was like a Blitz competitor. NFL Extreme is what it was called. NFL Extreme 2, which was made by 989 Sports, who also, I believe, made Game Day. Yeah, it was NHL hits. I'm thinking of NFL Extreme. The first one had Mike Allstott on the cover. And now we get one football game a year. Period. Until 2K starts dropping theirs. Man, why do they wipe all these plays? We'll just get a nice one of Fitz here for the next one I do. Try to think sometimes about how to get some angles I haven't already gotten before, but there's only so many different thumbnails here I can really get. I have not made short episodes out of these streams, no. I've just been streaming and messing around with this. I don't know how the numbers were set up back in the day, so I don't know why that was Alan Page's number. Alright, so we're 2-1 now on the season. GoldenEye versus Perfect Dark. I haven't played either one, honestly. I remember when I remember a little bit when GoldenEye was popular, but I didn't play those games. I know, it's the most 1997 sounding video game ever. NFL Extreme with no E, just an X. Like, think about how energy drinks are marketed. That was how everything was marketed in like the 90s, in the early 2000s. Let's check our stats here 3 games in. 5-5 here. About what you expect from me and Fitz together, right? 5 touchdowns, 5 picks. Derrick Henry, 6.5 a carry, 384. Djax is the leading receiver right now over Odell. Something for us to work on. 3 sacks already for Chase Young. All right, that was a pretty good time. I think tomorrow I will try to get a Rockies video up. Got some work to do on that. Then probably going to do some of the Miami Marlins series on the second channel. Get an episode of that up. So I appreciate everybody spending some time here tonight. Hope you had a good Sunday night with me. playing some fantasy franchise. I think I already saved. Let's save again. Why not? That'll be it for me tonight, everybody. We'll do this again sometime soon. Get through a couple more games. Continue this run with the Raiders. Appreciate it, everybody. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you again in the next one.